Hello everyone, my name is Pedro Zufiria and I'm an NYUAD alumnus in electrical engineering from the class of 2017. During my sophomore year, I had the pleasure to take Intro to Computer Science with Professor Saki, and I'm here to share with you some of my impressions about the class, about computer science, and also to give you some advice. So I remember clearly what my perceptions of computer science were before taking Intro. I saw it as something scary and unknown, something completely new and difficult, right? Because I hadn't done it before in my life. I hadn't done it in my high school, and I'm sure it's the case for many of you as well. So I saw it as something very strange, very different. I remember also seeing all those hackers in movies, typing like maniacs, trying to get into the Pentagon and whatnot. And I am so grateful that I took Intro to Computer Science to see computer science for what it really is, which is a cross-disciplinary tool for problem solving, for your own projects, game developing, to have fun and much more. So I want to give you some advice regarding the class, Intro to Computer Science. First, I will tell you to not pay too much attention to the syntax. Don't put all the focus on the syntax, because first you need to understand the problems that you want to solve. You need to formulate those problems in English, come up with a solution, formulate it with your own words in English, and then you can translate that to the syntax or the programming language that you're using, right? I'm not saying that syntax is not important, not at all. That's not what I mean, but it is only a means for you to reach to the goal, right? It's not the most important part of your code. The second piece of advice that I have for you, and I cannot stress this enough, is to do everything by yourself, to try to do everything by yourself first. Do not take shortcuts, it is not worth it. Don't turn to the person next to you or to Google for an immediate answer, because you're not gonna learn, Try to do it by yourself. Of course, you can ask for help, and people are going to be glad to help you and to guide you through your code and to give you hints maybe, but try to do it by yourself, because if you do it once, if you solve the problem once by yourself, it's going to be, first of all, so rewarding, and second of all, it's going to be something you won't forget. Like, you will always remember how to solve those type of problems. It doesn't matter if the code is messy, if it's long, like, it would be something that you have done. And so keep that in mind, please. Do everything by yourself. Then regarding my experience with computer science, I have had the need to code for many of my classes in my bachelor's and my master's. And keep in mind that I have only taken Intro to Computer Science, and that already gave me the confidence and courage to tackle all the coding that I had to do during my studies. Because you don't want computer science to be the bottleneck of your project, right? When you're working on a big project and then a part of it requires some coding, you want to see it as just one extra step, hopefully an enjoyable step. So don't be afraid to learn it, because it's going to be something that you're going to be so grateful to have in your skill set. To give you some of the examples of the things that I did with computer science, for my capstone at NYUAD, I had to code in Python to control some sensors, some cameras, etc. with a Raspberry Pi. I have used it in my musicology classes to analyze rhythms and compare them. I've used it for artsy projects. I've used it for interactive media. And I even used it for my master thesis in microelectronics to program an implantable neurostimulator that I fabricated. So, and of course, I had to relearn some of the syntax, if not most of it. But the important thing is not the syntax. The important thing is that I learned how to tackle those problems and how to approach those problems and solve them. And that is something that I have never forgotten, and that I carry out throughout my career path as a really powerful tool. So, as a matter of fact, also, I got offered a position in electrical engineering, a job where I have to do some coding. And it is so funny to think that those skills that I learned back in 2014 with Professor Zaki are still super useful to me nowadays. And I'm really grateful for that. So, apart from my experience with computer science, I want to emphasize that computer science is for everyone, is for all of us. Do not let the stereotypes tell you what you can do or what you cannot do, because computer science is for everyone. It doesn't matter your gender, your academic background, your career goals. Computer science is an integral skill that you want to have in your skill set. And with that said, I want to wish you a lot of success in the class. I'm sure that you're gonna have a lot of fun in it. You're gonna have a great time and positive. And it has been a pleasure recording this video message for you. I wish you all the best and goodbye.